can we just take all the awards and give them to Alan Rickman for being Professor Snape in Deathly Hallows Part 2, because his performance was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and he deserves them. So, Alan Rickman, I give you all the awards because you, my friend, deserve them.
I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good. Mischief man.
So I went to a midnight release and I dressed up, and I got like no footage because I was too busy having fun with my friends. But there was a girl dressed as Luna Lovegood, and she was perfect. She looked just like Lana Lynch, and she was even barefoot, which was just hilarious, I thought. And then there was a lady dressed as Bellatrix, who was crazy. Every time a muggle, yeah, every time someone in a costume would walk past her, she would start yelling things at them, like, "You filthy muggle," or like, I don't know, she just would start screaming at them. And then every time like a Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, or Ravenclaw would walk past her, she would like diss on their house and be like, "Slytherin pride, you support the Dark Lord," and she was crazy but hilarious. And then we had Voldemort and Dumbledore, who was like running behind like the pillars and trash cans, fighting, trying to kill each other, and so that was highly entertaining. And then there was a Ron Weasley from a Harry Potter musical who had like the sword and the red vines and the headband and everything. But those were like the costumes that stood out the most to me and that I remember. So now I'm going to talk about the movie. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want to be spoiled, I suggest you stop watching it right now. As soon as the WB logo came on, I like, you know, that was the moment for me. I could feel myself getting teary-eyed. It's crazy. I made notes and everything's out of order, so just bear with me. The first time that like I really started to cry during the movie was when McGonagall and Mrs. Weasley and all of them are putting up the wards to protect the school, and then the Death Eaters like knock them down with their spells. That's when it hit me that like the final battle was coming, and I just started crying. Snape's death, sobbed like a baby because I've always been a fan of Snape, and his death was like, when he was like, "You have your mother's eyes," and he tells Harry to look at him. I'm just like, oh, it was so sad, and I sobbed, and me and my friend just like held hands during that whole scene because we both love Snape so much. His memory, or the Princess Tale, or whatever it's called, I thought was really good, and the little girl that played Lily during that was adorable, and it was nice to see a different side of Snape and see some of his childhood and Lily's childhood. And yeah, I also cried during that whole scene. When they showed Fred dead, I cried because he was always my favorite twin. And then they like, I think they panned over to like Remus and Tongs, and that's when I sobbed the hardest because those were two of my favorite characters, and they're just laying there dead, and it was horrible. With my notes. One of my notes says, "currently in a glass case of emotion." Neville is a Banff. Need I say more? Only Neville Longbottom would fight in a war in his cardigan, because he's just that cool. But seriously, Neville kicked so much butt in this movie. Him, Maggie Smith, and Alan Rickman were like the three standouts for me. But yeah, Neville like taking the snake's head off, and oh, it was so good. Oh, the Neville Luna storyline. That did not happen in the book, because he ended up with Hannah in the book, but in the movie he went after Luna. I liked how he was like, I'm mad about Luna, I have to find her and tell her because we'll both be dead by dawn. But I've always been a Neville Luna shipper, so when like that all played out, I was so excited. I was like, yes, Neville Luna. Also when Luna was trying to get Harry's attention, and he was like blowing her off, and she's like, "Harry Potter, you listen to me." I thought that was funny because you don't think Luna would yell at the boy who lived while he's like on a mission doing something. What else? Not my daughter, you bitch. This is Weasley. So good. The forest scene with Lily, James, Sirius, and Lupin, that made me cry. Especially when, you know, he's talking to all of them. And, because I love Sirius and Lupin so much. And I love James, I love all of them. I love them all. So that whole scene in the forest was amazing, and I just loved it. I know I'm not very good at analyzing stuff, but it's okay. McGonagall. Yeah, another shout out to McGonagall because she was awesome. And I have a note that just says boom, is all it says. So if you've seen the movie, you know what I mean, because that was hilarious. I actually like the epilogue. I know a lot of people have had problems with it. I didn't like it in the book, but I liked it in the movie. Although I wish they would have had James and Lily like actually have a line or something, or have James teasing Albus like he did in the book, because that was funny. And I think it'd be nice to see the whole interaction between all the kids. But I liked the epilogue a lot. I liked the little boy who played Albus Severus. I thought he was adorable. I love Harry and Albus interacting, because Harry is like amazing as a father, I think. And it's nice to end it that way, because it started off with Harry, Ron, and Hermione going to school, and now we see them sending their kids off to school, which is, so it shows that we came full circle kind of, which was really nice. Again, Snape's love for Lily and him telling Harry to look at him, and the Patronus, and the always line. When, you know, Snape said always, that was like one of those big moments for the book for me. And then you have Lily in the forest who says always after Harry asks her to stay close to him. So I thought that was cool to have her say always as well. Ron and Hermione's kiss. That should get an honorable mention. It was okay. I wasn't a bang at the whole Hermione Ron kiss, but it's something I've been waiting for to see. So that was cool. When I went in to see it, I thought I was going to leave like the theater really upset. And I kind of like, when I left, I kind of had this closure that it was going to be okay, and that it was a perfect ending to an amazing series, in my opinion. And then once more, it says Alan Rickman deserves all the awards. Seriously, he was fantastic in this movie, so freaking good. And then my comment, well, my quote of the night that I said as soon as the movie was over, I said, I sobbed. I legit sobbed so much. It was perfect in every way, but yet the most emotional thing I have ever experienced. I can't even right now. I don't know. It was like I lost a family member or something, and I just loved it. And that's all I have to say about the movie. I know I'm probably forgetting a million things and a million quotes and stuff I love, but that's all I got right now about the movie. I thought it was really good. I loved all the kid actors, and like I said, Maggie Smith, Matthew Lewis, and Alan Rickman were perfection in this movie. I think they stole it, in my opinion. Like, they were the standout stars. Oh, something else I just remembered. Ron took his shirt off, and I was very happy with that. So, yeah, I think that's everything about the movie I wanted to cover. So, that's the end of the spoilers. In case you haven't heard, I will be going to Rockstock. 100% sure. I just need roommates now. So if you're going to Rockstock and you want to room with me and be cool kids, let me know down here in the comments, because that would be fun. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think this video has been long enough. So I loved the movie so much, and if you're going to Rockstock, like I said, let me know, because we can be roommates. And I hope you guys have an awesome week, and Emily, hopefully I will see you tomorrow.